Hello Gemini, and welcome to your December 2020 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. First card that I have is the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful rebalancing of your emotional vibration. Five of Cups. This is when we carry a big grieving, a sadness, a pain within ourselves, like a ball. And it can come from far behind and just lurking its head every time something happens, or it's something that we haven't finished grieving from, possibilities that didn't happen, things we lost, and so on. Here with the Ace of Cups, that brings 5 to 6. That brings us back to our heart chakra in a beautiful healing way. Instead of entertaining or just keeping that vibration of loss, we are in a vibration of receiving and giving purely. 6 of Cups, that's where there's those two children on the card here. Then I have the Knight of Swords. Well, that's you, Gemini, with something you understood right about there, right where that Ace of Cups, you got in contact with that Ace of Cups offered by the universe, that extra cup of love within yourself that kind of washed away these 3 cups on the floor. You understood something, and that here got 4 cards about it. First of all, the major arcana is death. And death is being truly able to put something to rest, to purify something so that it doesn't vibrate inside of us anymore. And that would be that old sadness. To let it die, to purify it, because it used to put us in that 2 of Pentacles. I smile outside, maybe I'm sad inside. I want to be happy and fulfilled, but there's a part of me that believes that it's impossible. And so because of the sadness and the sorrows I lived, and so that creates a disbalance and makes our emotions up and down and makes it impossible for us to actually achieve our goal. And then I have the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Now, 8 of Pentacles, this is like, okay, I've stopped juggling, and now I can truly focus and go for what I want, what I desire, here and now, with no dragging of the past, but this free spirit of the Knight of Wands, and with the focus of the 8 of Pentacles, where I can apply myself and actually start seeing results in my concrete life. Under our 5 and 1, I have the Emperor. So that's our divine masculine. So maybe a lot of that 5 of Cups came from the divine masculine. Whether you're a woman or a man, we all have the Emperor and the Empress within us. So yes, this could have come from the men in your life, but also the women in your life, because it represents the way people act, how they manage their empire, their integrity like the King of Swords, their passion, guts, and will like the King of Wands, their engagement and capacity to support and be fruitful like the King of Pentacles, their emotional wisdom and compassion like the King of Cups. That's the Emperor and all those 4 kings. So everybody's got that aspect within themselves. Here, what brought you the sadness was maybe an Emperor in reverse here. Under that, I have the 8 of Wands. That new cup is going to heal the aspect of your divine masculine and put you into that mode where your moves will be matched by the universe, serendipity, back and forward communication here, putting you back on track kind of thing. Under the Knight of Swords, I have the Three of Pentacles and I have the Page of Pentacles. So instead of juggling here, what that truth and what that understanding brought you was like, this is what I want to build. And this is the seed to build it. Under Death here, that is going to transform all of that, I have the Ten of Wands. End of a cycle of wands, the cycle of how I used to do things, how I used to communicate and take communications, how the choices I made, how I moved about with my willpower. And here I have Temperance, the Fool, and the Ace of Pentacles. Temperance and death is a wonderful healing. It's the acceptance of letting something pass, letting something die. Because right now, Temperance says that we are emotionally ready to let it pass and to jump into the next cycle that is coming towards us with that pentacle that the universe is giving to us. That pentacle that I got the idea I wanted to grab and build, and I know exactly what shape it's going to take. Bottom of the deck, I have the Moon. So the Moon is the first part of the quest of death, you know, because we see here the two pillars that you have to cross on that little path, and these two pillars are right in the background of the Death card. Going within in a period where we couldn't see really how, you know, how are really things, no signs, nothing obvious out there, like when there's the sun, but the moon. I can only rely on my intuition, but there's this huge grieving and sadness inside of me that I can't bear to take. It would affect directly my masculine, and it's probably caused by the masculine of the people I've had in my life. Going to let that go so I can rebirth myself into this new cycle with a brand new Ace of Pentacles and an Ace of Cup here. Healing my heart so I can start growing again. Let's clarify this for you, Gemini. Call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Grieving is something that takes its time until we reach the point where we see what was beautiful and what was given and still left within us from whomever or whatever has ceased to be. Then we can take those two cups and continue our path. And Temperance is a bit that realization where we see the bigger picture of things. And here, if this is the case for you, if it's not like an old grieving but something more recent, at the end of the month you're going to be able to start seeing the future in a different way, and how there is more for you. That wasn't the end. Okay, let's look at the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. All right. So, and here is the Hermit. Five of Cups, we have that grieving, that sadness, that loss, a feeling of loss. Five of Pentacles, a feeling of lack, I'm left out in the cold. I'm not supported. I'm abandoned. I am losing and I am abandoned. And that are feelings that really get to your truth and to your guts. And that's why there's that extra need of that Ace of Cups that comes from the divine. That as, see, there's a dove with the peace, grace, and all of that that comes down. There's a download also with the Ace of Cups. Look at all those little yods, like in the Tower or the Ace of Sword or the Moon also. The Moon has those little golden nuggets in the shape of the letter Yod. Here you have it in water. In the vibration of the divine, the letter Yod, Yod A Vav A, Yod meaning the finger of the divine, direction, enlightenment, download, name it as you want. It comes with that extra cup of water within yourself. And that will kind of bring that extra pentacle to your Five of Pentacle, that extra cup to your Five of Cup, to rebalance your worth, your capacity to receive, and your capacity to receive not just financially but emotionally also. Not just in time and energy and life experience, but in your vibration of your own grace, peace, harmony, love within yourself. Okay, Knight of Swords. All right. There's the Devil with the Ten of Cups. Now the Devil appeared, and here's the Tower. Okay, and I wasn't surprised. Tower and Death arrived a lot in all the readings, and the Devil also a lot in all the readings. And there's a good reason for that. Saturn is in Capricorn, in his own home. And Saturn, we know that he is the karmic lesson teacher, that if you have a wound, he's going to put his finger on it to make sure you feel it so that you can address it, so that you can cut your chains, so that you can beat the devil. So, and Jupiter is there also, so enhancing that whole thing. Here, Ten of Cups, where you have limited ideas, limited beliefs, half knowledge on what it is to share emotionally with others, to feel the love and the happiness of others. That's where he's going to try and teach you this month, and that's where you're going to get the understanding. Let's look at Death. You're going to be able to let rest old sorrows and disappointments. King of Sword, Hangman. Because you're going to look at all of this from a completely different angle. You're going to look at your losses from a different angle. From that lack mentality, or of all the times you felt abandoned and not part of, from a different angle. What was the part you played in it? Was it just the result of what you believed? Was it really there? Were you able to see those extra cups and extra pentacle to rebalance that? At the end of the month, that enlightenment that you're going to get by going within and looking within. See the enlightenment that is around the moon here. It's the sun on the other side. It's right there around the head of the Hangman. It's right there around the head of Temperance. It's that clarity. Let's look at the Emperor. Saturn, if there's one place we feel like a victim, is gonna enhance it like hell until we take power. That's what he does. He's like the harsh father here, Emperor, that teaches us with a slap behind the head. It's It's not like Venus that's going to cuddle us. No, not Saturn. Emperor. Eight of Cups with the Three of Wands. And here is the Three of Pentacle, Three of Pentacle, Three of Pentacle. So, in a way to gain back your power here is to kind of get the acknowledgement that where you're vibrating is not enough. Eight of Cups. You see that guy in the red coat going under the moon here to gain an extra Ace of Cup. There it is. So that is future. So that what the universe brings him can change. Because he will understand that if he's vibrating in the Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles, that's all the universe can give him. That's how the only thing he'll be able to build. Let's look at that Eight of Wands. Page of Cups. Death. Beautiful. Death, death. So here, by grabbing the Ace of Cups in his hand, you can see almost like the ace is standing there in the hand of the divine, waiting for you to grab it. Here, your masculine side is like, oh my God, yes, my own masculine acknowledges that I don't feed myself emotionally. There's more out there. And I'm going to grab it. And I'm going to start making moves from that. And that is going to be the start of my transformation. If my own divine masculine does not fulfill me emotionally, all the divine masculines out there will do the same thing, for they are going to be my mirrors. Let's look at the Three of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have our Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. So, this is all about that same devil lesson that you're gonna get. Here, you understand that the anxiety, the Nine of Swords, it's anxiety. It's how am I going to make it? You know, it's a lack of faith and it's fear. Here I'm juggling because I carry all of this within myself. And of course, I'll never be able to build more than that out there, you know? How can I build a Three of Pentacles when I'm holding a Five? And it won't fit. It will never fit. Here, it all goes down to how much I value myself. And that's why if I value myself as somebody that does not receive love, abundance, and whatnot, that is going to be my reality. But you're changing that. And that is why here, that Knight of Swords is actually going to put you on the track of the Three of Pentacles. With the Eight of Pentacles here, knowing, because we have to remember, we have the page here, you are grabbing that pentacle and you are going to start seeing results. It's almost like you're going to invest in you. So instead of freaking out, thinking you don't have what it takes and just juggling like this, you are actually going to invest in you because you're going to open yourself to receive more. Let's look at that Page of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Hermit. We had it before, that kind of inner knowledge of following your own light. Here is our Five of Cups, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, Four of Swords. So right there, 3 swords plus the Ace of Swords here. Okay, that makes 4 I have the understanding of where my disappointments and sorrows came from, my grievings, and here when I think about everything I lost or I can lose or whatever, here I got the clarity of where it comes from. I got it from my inner wisdom. I got it from my own light here, from the rebalancing of my masculine and my feminine. And that's why I'm gonna heal. So let's put that like that. And let's look at that 10 of Wands here. You're finishing a cycle of Wands. Yes. And 10 of Pentacle, a cycle of Pentacle. That's why you have the Ace of Pentacle. You're going to drop everything you've been carrying on your shoulders. I have a feeling of old sorrows, old lack mentality that could even come from familiar pattern. 10 of Pentacle. You were taught to carry this. The sadness of your mother and your grandmother on your shoulders, carrying it. And then there's this notion of, oh my God, I haven't been serving myself at all in there. King of Wands. Grabbing an Ace of Wands and mastering it. I'm dropping all of that. And I am not going to let that influence what I want to build in my life. I can go further than that. I can be more fulfilled. I can have more ambition. I can have more out there. And start investing in myself. Let's look at the Fool, Ace of Pentacle, and Temperance. And now is like the divine timing for you to understand all of that. It's almost, Gemini, like you were reducing yourself to a small aquarium. And now you're like, hey, I don't have to stay in that aquarium at all. An aquarium that is filled with, you know, sadness and smallness. Here my Emperor is gonna get me the hell out of there. Knight of Wands again. And here is the Page of Sword. And here is the Queen of Pentacle again. Because the Queen of Pentacle in us is the one that knows she's enough and that she can make whatever she sets her mind to. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacle, Page of Sword. You receive that sword, you understand it. Oh, the Tower is there. Tower brings down the devil. These are the two first steps of an awakening, an enlightenment in tarot. First, you face your devil. You face the lies you buy. You face where you lose your power, what actually hinders you or shackles you to a low vibration. Then the Tower, you crumble it down with that enlightenment and that understanding. And then the third step is the Star, where you reach that pure alignment with your soul and the divine, and that's when things start coming down. But here, you're starting a brand new cycle. 3 pages, you have it in your hands. You're going to start by allowing yourself to have more love, to heal the grieving. Then you're going to grab that pentacle and you're going to understand exactly where you're going to go with it. You're going to understand why before it brought you that. You're going to allow that transformation and a healing at the same time, so you can jump into the next cycle of your life. Well, Gemini. This is like yeah, you're gonna defeat the devil, of course. Of course you are. And it's an old one. Yeah. I'm gonna call it like that. Defeat the devil. So on this, my beautiful Geminis, I'm gonna wish you Merry Christmas, because at the end of the month it is Christmas. It is also Hanukkah and all sorts of celebrations during that time. Whatever your faith is, it is also, of course, the winter solstice, and that is it's going to be around the 21st, 22nd, depending on where you are in the world. There, the longest night of the year. It's a beautiful period to go within, to face our shadow, face our beliefs, face him, look him in the eye and say, you know what, I'm going to grab an Ace of Cup and I'm going to open myself to an Ace of Pentacle here and the Ace of Sword, and I'm going to let the Tower and Death come in to remove all of the old beliefs that you gave me, all of the limiting beliefs of the half knowledge that you hold, so that I can reach happiness with others, happiness within myself, and that I have the courage because I will know that I can invest into myself and win. So I should call that investing into yourself, because this is what it really is. I mean, yes, you're going to beat the devil, but he's there for that, you know? He's there for us to beat him, to surpass him, to cut our chains and our shackles, and to be in our power. So, all right, my beautiful Geminis, if you want a private reading, the description is below. Thank you for sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to grow the channel. And I read all the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you also for the ones of you that gave donations. It helps more than you think. And new moon, full moon, I do a little ceremony to give you back. Apart from that, I guess I'm going to see you next month, Gemini. All right?